In story update news, submitted by Infinity War Sad Faces.
Oh, I didn't watch it.
I didn't see it.
Everyone's talking about it, but I don't know.
I saw.
Is it a sad?
I don't know.
I heard that people are very disappointed. I didn't watch it, but then
I heard it was sad and disappointed, and that it was the greatest, and it was the worst. I've heard so many things.
That just tells you that everybody in the world saw it.
It's a comic book movie. Just enjoy it.
Or don't. I don't even go anymore.
Yeah, it's a fucking comic book movie.
Yeah, same shit every time.
When people put value into entertainment more than their real lives, fuck. I feel sorry for you.
You're talking to a Netflix culture. You're the minority here, my friend.
I know, but like that's like Star Wars, guys.
People are like if it came down to it, like, oh, I gotta buy this or I cancel my Netflix. They're gonna fucking. Nobody's canceling that.
I'm not.
Nobody.
I even have Netflix. I don't even watch anymore because I'm on Jess's account.
I just watch Netflix for one show. It's just The Office. That's the only thing I put
You
on.
just buy the whole thing then.
Yeah, but I don't know.
It's probably cheaper if he doesn't.
That's true.
Police have released partial body cam footage from the Las Vegas massacre.
Oh.
Whoop-de-doo. So the first police officer who breached into the room, his body camera wasn't on. Isn't that weird?
His wasn't on?
No, his wasn't on.
Oh, damn.
For whatever reason. The first guy in, his cam wasn't on.
Yeah.
Sounds pretty shady.
His name
true,
is
right?
Levy. Levy did not activate his body cam.
And did he get reprimanded for that? Did he get fired for that?
Yeah, it's interesting.
Not that I know of. All right, so as you guys know, there was a huge massacre that happened on October 1st where 58 people died and
That's about the only thing I know.
hundreds of people injured. Stephen Paddock was the shooter, and he was found dead in the room by the time police got there.
And no motive. There's in under
To date.
So with investigation, there's not even a clue, a hint, without the girlfriend knowing anything. Like, what the hell is going on in this world? Is it just an act of passion? Because man, that was well thought out, and he stayed there for it.
A lot of planning, a lot of guns transported in.
I saw the footage of him just rolling it up.
You saw 3 minutes of footage. That's all they released. They only released 3 minutes of footage. And he used the freight elevators in the casino.
Oh, he did?
Could I get into a freight elevator in a casino? Yeah, right.
The staff helped him.
Wow.
And then he wanted to stay with the package.
Yeah.
Yeah, they went up there with the staff.
Fishy, fishy.
So after all this time, the police have finally released partial body cam footage, and this is only because media outlets sued the police department to get information. Because what's happening here, the reason why they've been holding back is because they're saying that they wanted to be sensitive to the victims. They didn't want to make them relive it. It's also because it takes a lot of manpower, a lot of money that the city needs to pay to like review like all of these cameras that they have, all this footage, all the 911 calls, like just everything. That it takes a lot of time to review all of this shit. That's why it's taken up to now.
That sounds like bullshit.
Sensitive to the victims, my friend.
Because okay, if you want body cam footage, right? You just look at that one footage and then you release that. What are they?
That's insensitive to the victims. The victims don't want to know what happened.
They care about that.
But exactly, that's the fallacy of all this. They do this to
Exactly.
every single thing that happens. They say, we're going to be sensitive to the victims. They
Yeah,
don't give
because
a
the
sweet
victims
fuck.
themselves were suing to get answers.
Yeah, they want justice. They want to know what the
No,
fuck.
they don't want it. It's an open wound if you talk about it again, even though they want to know. It's bullshit, man.
Yeah. So here, I'm gonna show you guys, this is a compilation of the footage that was released.
Is it edited to really cool death metal music?
No,
What's the guy's fucking head the whole time?
but it is very, I know. And
Yeah,
the
it's a
fucking
joke.
angle too.
You saw it too?
Hey, you there? Active shooter, Convention Center, Route 91.
I could barely make out what's going on.
We just shut down. We got to take up to the 29th. Then we can take this stuff. Sounds good.
My airsoft vlogs is better than this.
No, it's horrible.
Okay, so two teams. Matchco, you take one. I'll take the other. You got it? Police department. Metro Police. Everybody okay? Okay, lock the door. Your door is open. There's someone shooting inside the casino. Lock the doors. Okay, cover on that. In with you. Hey, second charge in the stairwell.
Oh wow. I like the Mandalay Bay.
Beautiful rooms.
Yep. Really nice rooms.
What's that?
Probably a guy lying dead.
Is it? Okay.
Oh, the
They have
blurred
to-
out is
they
the
have
body.
security down at the elevator banks as well. You got it?
Yeah, so like the footage that they did release, it's a lot longer, but you don't see much.
What do we learn here?
Yeah, it doesn't really tell us anything.
What's the point of releasing it?
The most interesting thing to have seen would have been when they went into the room initially, but we're behind those people.
Because the most fascinating thing that I saw was that guy was drinking water. And I was like,
Oh, he's thirsty.
yeah, I was like, what is that, a Monster Energy drink?
Yeah, well, in the footage, you could also see that wasn't included in this. The cops were like, they find out that Steven put cameras on the cart, the food cart that was outside in the hallway, and there was cameras there, and there was more. They found more cameras, so you see them have that discovery.
So he set up pretty much a surveillance system for himself.
He did, and so now they're saying that they're going to be providing on a rolling basis the next batch of footage of 911 calls, of like whatever information that they have, that they'll be rolling it out in the upcoming weeks. So we'll see what else.
What's going on?
That's the whole thing. We don't know. Nobody knows.
Why?
We know that Stephen Paddock brought 23 guns into a room, right? And that he was helped with hotel security. If you wanted to get into a service elevator in Vegas, you'd be dragged out of the fucking thing,
impossible.
right? Like, good luck with that. But they let him bring all of his guns up into the freight elevators, like helped him transport all of his shit into his room. He's made
3 rooms, which is not weird
Right,
for one
right.
single person.
So
Well, he's a whale.
he's a Vegas whale. That's the official account, right? Like he made a bunch of money in real estate, I guess, and then he's been just chilling at casinos for months out of the year, like just gambling.
He booked 3 rooms and he connected them all?
I thought it was 2, but yeah, you'll see a layout.
Okay.
He books this suite first at the very corner.
Yeah.
And then I think a couple days later he books the connecting suite.
Yeah.
And I think it was about like a week's time, or it was several days that he would come in, bring all the guns, whatever, do some gambling, and then he would go back, come back, get some more guns, and then he would just stockpile, and then he'd set it up in 2 different rooms, and then that's the story basically.
Why? Why did he bring all those guns if he only is going to use 2?
That's the weird thing, is because why would you need like 20 something? I don't know how many.
All that ammunition too.
He had a lot of guns, and then he ended up using 2 or 3 with the bump stock.
He brought all those
Sounds like
guns.
he was going to sell that.
That's what I'm saying. So I mean, look, conspiracies are fun and entertaining, but I also think that it's worth talking about. Why the fuck not? We don't nothing.
There's just a lot of things that don't make sense.
So so the top floor of the Mandalay Bay Hotel is not owned by Mandalay Bay. It's owned by a Saudi prince named Prince Alawid bin Talal. They own it. They own the top floor because they own the.
Oh, the billionaire?
Yeah, they own the Four Seasons Hotel, and so the top floor is considered Four Seasons because it's owned by them.
Yeah, I watched his Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous. That guy's self-made.
Yeah.
Like he's a prince.
Well, no, he's also done some investments like in Facebook and stuff.
Right, like he used a little bit of money. Well, not little.
He used a lot of it.
Yeah. But he actually made his wealth and became a billionaire on his own.
So what about the top floor?
So the top floor is completely his, owned by him, right? So so this shooting happens. Like, here's my theory, right? My running theory is if you wanted to launder money, there's nowhere better than in Las Vegas, Nevada. You could literally walk up to multiple tables in multiple hotel rooms, lay down cash, and you get chips, and then you cash out your chips for clean money. Like, give me a fucking break. Like, that's so simple. And so that's just one aspect of it. But I also think, like, if you're bringing all those guns up to a room and you end up only using 2, like, who's to say that he wasn't running guns? Like, he wasn't selling guns or trafficking guns in some way. Like, because why else? I mean, why else would he bring all those guns into that room? Now, maybe he's just some guy who brought a bunch of guns in the room and he planned on using every single one of them. And this guy, Jesus Campos, like, who was the security guard, ruined his big plan, like, by showing up too early, right? That's what they say. But he had fucking cameras there. Like, he was ready for whatever was coming. And this guy, Campos, he gets shot, I guess, in the leg, right? And then after this whole incident happens, he goes to Mexico before he even gets interviewed by police.
The security guard.
That security guard. He goes to Mexico to visit family or some shit. That's what the story is. Then he comes back and gets interviewed by police. It's the weirdest shit I've ever heard. And he drove himself down to, with a gunshot wound in his leg.
Right. If he had the weird thing to me is if he had a camera, right? Why did he off himself? If you don't care if people are coming or whatever, like, it doesn't make any sense. Why would you kill yourself because someone is walking toward you?
Did he kill himself with the security guard?
No, Paddock killed himself.
Yeah,
That's
self-inflicted.
right. That's what they say, right?
But then that to me is like, It's so fucking weird. It just doesn't make any sense.
A month after this, Prince Aloid bin Talal, same guy who owns the top floor of the Mandalay Bay, which was the site of this terrorist attack, gets imprisoned by his own government along with other members of the Saudi royal family, and they're all like kept at a Four Seasons over there.
I heard that there was a power struggle in Saudi Arabia.
Yes. And there were assassination attempts. There were successful assassinations. Like there was a helicopter crash with one of the princes on board who died. Like a bunch of shit went down. So I don't know if all this is so tidy as like, well, Stephen Paddock wanted to just blow a bunch of people away that day. Like, I don't know, man. I think only because they have done nothing to help me understand what happened.
Right. So then people are gonna draw their own conclusions and tie like all these things because the media or the investigation team, I don't know, like they're not helping at all.
They're slow as hell. They have to be sued to give info. It's like Kennedy shit all over again. Like it's the weirdest shit.
Yeah.
And let me tell you something about white people. Anytime you accuse a white guy of something, we will bend, break, and fucking twist all information to try to come up with a conspiracy to clear his good fucking name.